First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kwadash means holy. And that's on the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. I want to make a video today going into how famine is coming, right? And the reason I'm talking about this is because, hey, brothers, throughout these weeks that have been going on, we've all been hitting Matthew 24, where we've all been hitting those scriptures talking about how there's going to be earthquakes, rumors of wars, pestilences, right? It also says famines, right? That's something that's also included in the list of the end. Okay, and something that, hey, if it's written, that means it's gonna happen. So, hey, famine is coming. Okay, and I have a clip I wanted to play real quick, which ultimately shows that. Okay, because right now, a lot of people believe that our economy is thriving. It's the best, that America is never gonna go down. Right, it makes you think of that scripture that says that they believe that their houses shall continue forever. Right, the people that live here, they think America is going to be here 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years later. Right, but that's just nothing but straight lies. Right, according to Bible prophecy, hey, this place is out of here. Okay, this place is going to go down by the hands of who this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahushai. But pretty much in this news station, Good Morning America, they were going into the prices and how things have gone up significantly over the recent years. So I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick.
Now to sticker shock at the grocery store. According to new data that first appeared in the Wall Street Journal and obtained by ABC News, prices for hundreds of food items have jumped more than 50% since 2019. Rebecca, you have more, including how you can turn back time on your grocery bill, which is very important. So let's take a look at what $100 got you in 2019 and what it gets you now.
And the visual is what really creates the contrast. So this is 2019, Michael. This is what you got in 2019 for $100. Come over here. This is the current day, what you get. And you see, there's an entire section over here that's missing because you're getting about 30% less these days for your money. So back then, you could have done the frozen food, some meat, some hot dogs, some steaks, some strawberries. You see that's missing from over here because $100 then will now cost you about $130. So you wanted to buy all of that then. Today, it would cost you $130. Wow. If your budget is $100, then you're sticking to $100. You're getting less.
All right, but you have some tips. We're going to turn back a little bit. As much as we can, we're going to turn back time on your food bill. And you can say you can do that by starting with apps.
Yes, so apps are really, really helpful, Michael, in putting the whole thing together. They're also helpful in making sure you stick to that budget. So cashback apps like Ibotta will help you save. All the stores now have apps. And what we found is this particular can of mayonnaise, we could save $3 if we shopped at Walmart using the Ibotta app. That's one item. Wow. But once you make that for all the items in your shopping cart, you're going to really add up.
And how about buying in bulk? How do you make that work for you?
Okay, so one of the things about buying in bulk is it can work as long as you're not overbuying. Because if you end up buying too much in bulk, you actually end up spending more. So you want to think about how much you're going to burn through, really play it out over the week, and then make sure that you shop at the right places. If you're trying to shop at some of the discount stores, it's important to remember these warehouse clubs, if you buy it for delivery, sometimes you don't have to pay their fee, their membership fee. So always check into that and you can save yourself some money.
Oh, I may ask you to help me shop.
Oh yeah, I'm happy to do it.
Loyalty clubs, you always ask. I always get asked, do you want to sign up? And I usually say no because I just say no.
You don't want the nuisance of it, right? But here's the deal. They're free. You give them your phone number, your email address. I like to have an email address that's only for loyalty clubs. That way I'm not getting...
I'll just stop it right there, but you pretty much heard them. Right, going into how in the recent years, things have gone up 30%. Right, so hey, back in the day, you could have gone to the store and bought a pack of chicken wings for maybe $5. Right, but that pack of chicken wings now, hey, that shit will cost you $10. Okay, double the price. Okay, just for the same amount, same quantity, same quality, everything. It's just a matter of a fact, it's inflated. Okay, and what a lot of people don't understand is that ever since pretty much the dollar is a ticking time bomb, right? Ever since it was taken off the gold standard by Nixon, it's been a ticking time bomb that is ready to implode at any second, okay? Because it's not backed by anything. It's a fiat currency, right? So every single day, the debt is just going up and up and up and up. And this is going to reach a point where there's going to be no return, right? They're going to reach the point of no return where it's unpayable, right? Even at this point, it's unpayable. They're just waiting for the perfect crisis, for the perfect time to ultimately pull the plug. So, with that in mind, that's why you have everything is going up, okay? And they're not paying you more, right? They pay you the same amount, the same wage, okay? And everything is going up, right, we're going to enter times where people are going to start complaining, right? People are going to start rioting because you have all these TikTok videos already going on about young people talking about, is this really life? Right? Is this really life? Do I really have to work and pay $1,200 for a single bedroom apartment? Right? This is unbearable. I can't do this. Okay? And that's the mentality of the modern American, is that everything is too expensive. Okay? And they're just working to survive. Right? If they miss 1 day, 2, 3 days at work, they can't eat. Okay? And just wait till things really start spiraling out of control. Right, that bag of chicken wings that now is $10, just wait till it hits 70. Okay, that's when that famine is gonna really start showing, and that's when these animals out here, right? We're gonna what we call humans, they're gonna turn into animals, right? I've always said, these niggas out here completely coked up, right, on drugs, prescription, okay, on these GMO foods, right? Take away their food and water for a week, right? A couple days, take away their drugs, and you're going to see that true beast. Right? You're going to see that flesh really take over them and cannibalism kick in. But let's hit the scriptures, right? You have one I was going to get on the screen here. In Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6, and this is in the NLT, it says, I heard a voice from among the four living beings saying, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. Right? So just imagine that. Right, you're 9 to 5, you go to work at every single day. Yeah, all those 8 hours you worked hard. Imagine you do construction or some type of laborer's job. Yeah, everything you just worked for was for a piece of bread, right? A piece of Wonder Bread. Okay, at that. Okay, that cheap fucking enriched white flour bullshit. Okay, that just makes you constipated, right? No fiber, right? So, yeah, you got to really envision these scriptures. Right, because these scriptures, what we're reading right now, okay, sure, we're just reading words, but these words are actually going to happen, right? Everything that is written, all the prophecies are actually going to happen. And when we're in that day, it's not going to be a joke, okay? It's not going to be a joke at all. But I wanted to get that in the same scripture, but in the KJV, see what it says. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6, it says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Yeah, it says it clearly in the NLT. But let's get 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. Keep hitting that point. And it says, and this is pretty much going into the times of the end. Okay, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? So as we're seeing in this video, right, these supermarkets, right, these Costco's, these Walmarts, these Dollar Trees, okay, these Targets, these malls, right, all these places, okay, suddenly they're going to be found empty, okay, because when people realize, damn, this shit's expensive and it's not going to get any better, they're going to go and loot, right? They're going to go and raid and get whatever they can. Right, we saw a little bit of this in 2020 when everybody was trying to go and get that toilet paper. Right, complete fools, complete fools. Right, but when shit really goes down, they're not going to be looking for toilet paper. They're going to be looking for canned beans. They're be looking for rice, right, meat. Okay, for things that are actually valuable. Okay, but hey, envision it. Right, 2020 was a little example. Okay, turn 2020, 10, 15 dials a notch, right? 10, it's like it, 10, 15 times. I don't even know what the saying is. I'm getting a little mumbled there. But let's keep going with the scriptures. I'm going to make this a quick video. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 15. Let's get a scenario, right? More envisioning of how this time's going to be. It says, the sword is without, right? And let me see if I can get some context here. It's going into the end, but I'll just read it. It says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Right? So these are going to be a couple scenarios of these end times we're about to enter. Right? It says that he that is in the field, right? These kids out here in the suburbs, right? These farms, yeah, majority of them, they're going to die with the sword. Okay, that sword just signifies a weapon, right? A weapon of killing, right? So just imagine it. In all these movies, you have these rednecks, right, in the F-150 with 6-7 niggas in the back with shotguns riding around the farms, right, the suburbs, the outskirts, just going house to house and killing, right? That's what this is talking about. Okay, one more time. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him, right? So majority of people in the city, they're going to die of diseases and pretty much not being able to eat, okay? Because everything is going to be on lockdown, right? Can't get in, can't get out unless you probably got some identification, right? Unless you got that chip, okay? It's going to reach that point. And it's also a city is a very confined area, right? So that's a very perfect area for pretty much diseases to thrive, right? Same thing with pestilences. Made me think Psalms, not Psalms, 2 Ezra 16, where it says, a man shall be cast out with dung, right? A man is just going to be thrown on the streets. And, hey, like when we see in these movies, where all these dead people on the streets just piled up, right? All these diseases happening, that's the same way it's going to be, right? So all this, hey, there's not going to be any sanitation workers, right? Any government assistance cleaning the streets or nothing like that. It's just going to be filth, which is also going to bring in more disease. And, hey, we've been talking about that famine, okay? That famine. Instantly, people are going to go raid the stores. And once that food, hey, that's like it. Once that food runs out that they have, there's not going to be any more, right? It's going to be rationed by the government, right? Because when people realize that there's no food, they're not going to be out here doing charity cases, right? They're going to be trying to hoard as much as for themselves. Okay, so the only main source of pretty much food and water is going to be the government. And we know that the way to get that food and water ultimately is going to be through that chip, right? That's why it says they won't be able to buy or sell unless he took that chip, the mark of the beast. So ultimately it ties full circle. Okay, it ties full circle. And Salaki for I'm getting a little mumble jumbled right now. Don't know what's going on. But we got one more scripture, Isaiah chapter 9. Isaiah chapter 9, and I'll start at verse. And this is pretty much going into these times. And to prove that is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Right, going into this coming destruction. All these ancient fights, these wars, it was men running around with swords, chopping off limbs. Okay, again, thrust through. Okay, but this coming one is going to be with burning and fuel of fire. Right, by those nuclear missiles. So with that context, jumping down to verse 19, it says, through the wrath of Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Right, so just imagine that, right? You're running around hungry as fuck, and all you're able to get is scraps, right? Hey, one thing I've noticed is if I'm hungry, hey, don't give me no just bullshit food, right? It just makes you hungry, right? It just gets your stomach aggravated again, right? That's the same way it's gonna be, and it's gonna get so bad that people are gonna be eating themselves, right? The most foolish thing to do is eating yourself, okay? Because you're literally pretty much taxing your body. Your body's gonna try to heal itself, and that food is temporary, right? Hey, speaking as a man, if you're going through dire straits, if you're pretty much famished, just give up the ghost, right? Or Salaki, just not give up the ghost. Of course, keep trying. But the point I'm trying to establish is that don't eat yourself, right? Don't commit cannibalism, right? Because you're gonna eat that person, yeah, and in a couple hours, in a day, you're gonna be hungry again. Okay, so it's ultimately pointless at the end of the day. So, hey, like I've been saying, envision these scriptures. Put it in your mind. Put yourself in the shoes of what's going on right now, right? Put your mind there, right? Because It all starts in the mind. We have to be spiritually prepared for what goes on. Okay, so hey, I'll leave it at that. I think the point has been established. Hopefully this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, Shalom.